Static electricity, it's us moving to the sound. Your lips are all I need.
Hey guys, GrogeGaming here. Welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Today we are on my second account and I'm going to be giving you some guidance on how to get to 3,000 trophies in Clash Royale, as well as tips and tricks within the game that should help you to improve as a player. As you can see, I'm at 2,896 trophies right now. I was at 3,539, but I've dropped down for the purposes of this video. First of all, I want to show you the deck that I'm using on this account. And the first bit of guidance that I'm going to give you is try stick to a specific set of cards. So, for example here, I've got Hog and Fireball, and then in your next deck, Hog, Fireball, obviously Zap as well, Mega Minion, and the Ice Golem, so that's 5. Again, Hog, Ice Golem, Fireball, Mega Minion. So if you know you're going to be using a specific set of cards in a lot of decks, then they are worth leveling up. I don't level up the cards that I don't need. I advise you to do the same because otherwise you'll waste your gold. Especially as a free-to-play player, you're going to struggle for gold quite a lot, so you want to spend it wisely. Next, you want to learn a deck and give it time to work. So don't just go changing your deck every single battle. You want to get used to a deck and try learn it as best as you can. Also, you have to find a balanced deck that wins games and you enjoy. There's no point playing a deck that you don't enjoy because that just takes all of the fun out of the game. One last thing before I show you some tips and tricks with this deck. You don't have to spend money on this game to do well. If you do want to spend money on the game, then I'd advise buying the special packs, such as the holiday packs that have just gone, or any other special packs that they do bring out. We're now going to push back up to 3,000 trophies with this deck, and I'll be running you through the strategy and some tips and tricks as we go. Okay, let's jump into a game. When starting a game, splitting archers at the back is fine, as you defend both lanes and still cycle your cards. The Ice Golem goes up front, followed by the Hog behind. This is quite a strong push. The opponent correctly places his Inferno Tower with a 4-3 plant, followed by an Ice Spirit and minions. In my opinion, he over-defended that, so we're going to leave the attack alone. With this next hand, you can either be very aggressive with the Elite Barbarians, or drop a Mega Minion at the back. I decide to drop the Mega Minion at the back, and then be aggressive with the Elite Barbarians. As soon as I see the archers, I throw my Fireball in there, however the attack comes to nothing. You can leave an Ice Wizard alone on your tower unless it is paired with something else. So here comes the Hog Rider. We respond with a cannon. The correct placement would have been 4 tiles from the arena tower and 3 from the river. The archers were required in there to help defend, and I placed them on the right of my arena tower so that my troops are spread out. This next mechanic you're about to see is called pig pushing. So you put the Ice Golem 1 tile away from the arena wall, follow straight away with the Hog. This is how you avoid buildings that are placed in the 4-3 plant. And look at that, we avoid the Inferno Tower because he goes with the 4-3 plant. However, we zap the Inferno Tower and the archers to make sure we get 1 extra Hog hit. When you see an Ice Spirit drop like that, you can be pretty certain that the player is going to come back at you with a Hog Rider. I Fireball to take out the Ice Spirit and the archers and get some Hog damage. My cannon should have been 1 tile higher so that the Hog was pulled. This next push we're going to do the Ice Golem, Hog and archers on the right, and the Elite Barbarians on the left to put a lot of pressure on him. He defends that very well. He then comes at me with Hog and minions, so I kite the minions and pull the Hog with the cannon. So if you see the Ice Golem placement, I placed him in the opposite lane so that he walks towards the left hand tower. Therefore, the minions will follow him around the arena. I'm trying to change up my attack, so I'm going with Elite Barbarians and then getting my Fireball ready. This does not pay off, however we made him use his Inferno Tower, which means our Hog is safe. We get 1 swing with the Hog and he gets none. I then place a Mega Minion down away from my tower so that it can't be fireballed. This defends for us very well, then we can go with Elite Barbarians and Fireball. Our Elite Barbarian gets onto his tower, we zap, and we win the game. His crucial mistakes at the end there were the 4-3 plant on the Inferno Tower, which should have been maybe a 4-2 plant to pull both Barbarians, and the Fireball was terrible as well. Okay then, let's have a look at some tips from the next game. He drops a weird skeleton army which we just zap away. I'm then going for an ice golem and a hog push. He defends with a wizard and a zap. We get 3 hog hits off, which is a good start. The opponent then bunches up all of his troops, which I really don't recommend, so I fireball them all away. I actually missed the Mega Minion because I didn't expect him to drop that as well. We zap away what remains of his attack. And then we go for an aggressive Ice Golem and Elite Barbarians push. He is forced to defend with a Giant, which gets absolutely destroyed. And what's coming at us now looks scary, however all we need is a cannon. I then send a hog in alone and see what he defends with. He drops a Sparky, so at this point I need to save my zap for defense. Again, he bunches up his troops, so you want to just get a fireball in there. As you can see, saving zap for defense proved to be a very smart move. So we know his main defense for my hog is Skeleton Army, so we use the Ice Golem to kill that. He drops a Sparky on the left, so I go all out for his right tower. I throw a fireball in there just to make sure. We then go for a 4-2 plant on the cannon, and we have to distract the Sparky. So we zap that, place an Ice Golem and a Mega Minion on top, and then use some archers for defense as well. The opponent then leaves the game because he knows it's over. So there we go, Giant Sparky shut down, he barely touched our towers. We're then going to jump right into the final game that got me to Legendary Arena. I'm not going to show you the full game, I'm just going to include some of the really important plays that we made. I'm not sure why, but the game sound cut out here, apologies for that. What you're seeing is more important than the sound anyway. This 4-2 cannon placement pulls the hog over and the Mega Minion helps out on defense. He then comes at us with a Giant and a Goblin Barrel, so we use the Elite Barbarians for the Giant, and for the Goblin Barrel we use the Archers. He seems to have overcommitted, so our Elite Barbarians get onto his tower. They deal over 1000 damage before we fireball to get even more damage on his tower. This was a smart fireball which allowed the archers to do 400 more damage. We pull the hog with a 4-1 cannon plant and zap away his spear gobs. We then go with our standard hog push. We have to improvise with archers to take out the Goblin Barrel. The hog manages to get 2 swings on his tower which takes it out, and then check out this incredibly lucky fireball. We take out our newly deployed minion horde, barbarians and archers. OJ would probably go crazy for that kind of positive elixir trade. And there we have it guys, I'm back in Legendary Arena on this account. Check out this deck if you'd like to, or of course if you're using another deck, try and stick to the guidelines that I gave you. I'm sure if you learn a deck like the back of your hand, you're going to push into Legendary Arena at some point. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this descriptive style video and will learn something from the tips and tricks that I've given you. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you'd like to. I'll see you guys in the next one.